Good morning. It's Tuesday, October 17th, about 6 a.m. Central Time. Overnight, the precious metals are slightly higher after yesterday's correction. You have gold up $1, 1936. Silver up 6 cents, 22.84. Copper's down 3 at 3.54, and platinum's up 2 at 9.01. So some headlines that I'm watching in the precious metals market. One is the volatility in the 2s, the 5s, the 10s, and the 30-year treasury yields, where the 10-year treasury yield had climbed 14 basis points since Monday and really has been the only reason why I believe that gold futures haven't broken out to the upside and has kept that gold market contained. So some other things that we're watching here, the news flow out of the Middle East and any kind of indication that this conflict is spreading. We did see Israel evacuate some of those northern border towns that cross the border with Lebanon, where there has been some minor rocket fire back and forth, but it's really the larger picture. Does Iran get involved? And then finally, the last is we're watching the dollar index, where the latest CME Fed Watch tool indicated about a 6% chance that the Fed raises rates in November and still a 31% chance that they do raise rates by the end of the year. So we want to keep an eye on the dollar index and any kind of direction we get from here. Now the dollar index, that critical level support, about 105.50. If we break below that, I believe that'll take it to a neutral trend and we could see a risk on vibe in the U.S. assets and other commodity markets. So a couple things that we're watching here in today's session. We do have September retail sales. We have industrial production. We also have earnings from Goldman Sachs, Bank of America, and Johnson & Johnson. Bank of America just released, while this video was going on, reporting stronger than expected earnings growth. So looking at the trends here on gold, still neutral. Couple levels that we're watching, critical levels here. The 50-day moving average, 1924, that's your key level of support. Markets trading 1926. The low last night was 1924. Throw up the 50-day on your chart. Also, look at the last 3 days highs, about 1944. Got to close above that level in order to shift it from a neutral to a bullish trend. And then finally, an upside probable target would be that 200-day moving average at 1981. Your key levels of support, again, 1924, 1900, the psychological level, and then 1871. You do not want to see that gold market cross into that territory, as it will most likely be taking a significant rollover to retest those lows. Now, on the silver market, the current trend is still bearish, but you look at some things here, the line in the sand for the support level is going to be $22. If we break below that level, could be a big washout in that market. Now, some key levels that we're watching on a resistance side, the 50-day moving average at 23.18. The trend reversal point where it takes it from that bearish trend to neutral is 23.36. And then finally, the 200-day moving average at 23.97. So you look at the outside markets are a bit weaker. You got U.S. equities under a slight bit of pressure. I believe it's a little bit of a risk-off trade here after yesterday's big price surge higher. The dollar index up about 13 basis point, 106.16. Crude oil up 22 cents at 86.88. And finally, those 10-year treasury yields up 4 basis points at 475. You got any questions? Give me a call, 312-858-7303. Again, I love to hear from you. I love to hear some of your strategies here, how you're playing in these markets. I meet a lot of interesting people doing this. So, and then remember that futures and option trading does involve risk loss, may not be suitable to all investors. Good luck and good trading.